Hi guys, and welcome back to the Handsome Pugs channel. You're joined today with me, Emma, and my two handsome pugs, Oscar and Henry. In today's video we are staying at Burnbake Forest Lodges. We are in lodge number 2, which is behind me. It's currently raining, so let's go inside and I will show you around. So lodge number 2 is one of the dog-friendly lodges here at Burnbake. You can see the boys over there. If I just turn around quickly, you can see the placement of the other lodges behind me. And then parking is directly behind the lodges. Right, I'm getting wet. Let's go inside and show you guys around. So this is a 3-bedroom lodge. Like I say, it's dog friendly. Hello. Hi boys. Let's take our shoes off. So as you come into the lodge, we've got this open plan kitchen diner area. Got a massive table here, so this lodge sleeps 6, so the table's big enough for 6. Over in the kitchen, we have got the fridge, freezer, microwave, kettle and toaster. And then over here, we've got an oven. The lodges also come with a little welcome pack. Let me show you what's included. So you get a fresh loaf of bread from Corfe Castle Village Bakery. We're actually staying really close to Corfe Castle. I'll stick it up on a map exactly where we are. We're literally a stone's throw away, and it's such a beautiful area in the heart of Dorset. So as I was saying, when you check into Burnbake, you get a breakfast pack, which consists of a fresh loaf of bread, a pack of 6 free-range eggs, and a selection of teas, coffees and sugars. I would recommend that you bring your own though, because these are all just a starter to keep you going. There's not enough for 6 people to last the whole weekend. So then moving on into the fridge, you get a pint of milk to keep you going, a pack of bacon and a small thing of butter. Again, this definitely won't last you the whole weekend, but it's a nice gesture just to get you going. You know me, I do like my coffee, so I'm a little bit sad to see there's no coffee machine. I recently bought a Nespresso machine, which I should have bought with me because this is the exact reason I bought it. But there is on site a coffee shop which is open during certain hours. I will show you guys that tomorrow morning and we'll go and grab a coffee together and see what it's like. So then if we turn around from the kitchen, you've got this outdoor terrace area. Unfortunately, the weather is horrible today. It's literally the last weekend in August, so we've got very unlucky. But yeah, there's a table outside and a barbecue area. We've been here before and we have barbecued out there, and it's a lovely space. You're literally in the middle of the forest. But then if I turn around, we have the all-important hot tub, which I'm definitely getting in later on. What is really great about this terrace area is that it's actually enclosed for the dogs. It's surprising how few places actually have an enclosed garden area. So although the main outdoors isn't enclosed, you've got this terrace area here, and then you've got another one around the other side of the lodge, which I'll show you a bit later on. And then over here we've got the lounge area. So you've got a TV on the wall there, which does have Chromecast, which I always approve of. We've got the log burner, and we did purchase the log bundle, so we could light that. We've got some marshmallows with us, so logs are essential. And then yeah, we've got this living area. These are our games that we bought. The Jenga was actually here, but everything else is ours. Over here you've got all of the, there's nothing in there actually, but down here you've got all the glasses. There's both, oh, what's in there? There's actual glasses and there's plastic glasses, which are for use in the hot tub. Keep your head out. Keep your head out. Beep, beep. So over here you've got the sofa area. These blankets are for the dogs, so they are allowed on the sofa, but they just ask that you put the blanket down first, which is fair enough. We've got Oscar's teddy having a little snooze. And then behind us here, this is the view out of the lodge. There is another door next to us which also connects to the terrace, and the dogs have already had a lot of fun running in one door and out the other, like the little monkeys they are. So now on to the all-important doggy welcome pack, which Henry is desperate to get at. I thought I'd show you this now so I can put it out the way, because he's definitely going to eat something otherwise. So let's show them, boys. What have we got? So firstly, we have got a couple of dog bowls, which is actually very handy. I did actually bring my own dog bowls, but it's really good to see they've got these here. Makes life a lot easier. And what is nice, they knew that there were 2 dogs, so they've got 2 bowls. A lot of places only do like 1 dog bowl, 1 welcome pack, regardless of how many dogs there are. Right, Sneezy? And then the boys have each got a little goodie bag. So inside we have, right, that smell nice. I will give you one. You've just got to be patient. So inside we have a J-cloth, which I assume is for cleaning up any messes. You can't eat a J-cloth. You can try. Want to try? Nope. We've got some Adios poo bags, which I approve of. I love Adios. They're my favourite poo bags. Unfortunately, not the handle variety, but beggars can't be choosers. That is a nice touch. We have got some Dirty Dog soap, and there's actually a dog wash outside. So that's a little soap to use. It's buy one, give one soap. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't heard of it. Let's give it a smell. And smell it, boys. Oh, that smells nice. So it smells like eucalyptus, lavender. It's got lavender in it. Maybe that's what I'm smelling. Yeah, that's definitely lavender. I'm so bad at describing smells. And it's in the shape of a little paw. Hen, don't you dare steal that. So yeah, dog soap. And then last but not least, there is a little dog treat for both of the boys. Not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's going to go down a treat. Do you boys want these now? Because you're not going to leave me alone until I give you these, are you? Right, boys, we're going to sit. Sit. We're going to give a paw. That wasn't a very good paw. Try again. Sit. Good boy. Paw. Good boy. Nom noms. So then the only other thing in the doggy bag is just a towel, which will come in handy this weekend because I think it's due to be a wet one. And there's just a little notice about dogs, I guess just giving you the etiquette. So while the boys enjoy their treats, let me show you guys around the bedrooms. So there's 3 bedrooms in this particular lodge. The first one off the hallway is a twin. So the twin beds are separate in this room, as in you can't push them together, which is a shame, but the space just wouldn't allow the beds to be pushed together. But there's this lovely sort of wardrobe area underneath the stairs. We've got towels in here. Ah, they're not towels, they're robes. Let me show you guys the robes. So each of the rooms have robes. At Burnbake, they have different sort of tiers of lodge. So the executive lodges do come with more than the basic lodges, and the dog-friendly lodges do fall in the basic category. But I have requested some robes, which are always lovely for hot tubbing. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some use out of this. So yeah, this is the lovely view out of this bedroom. What a nice way to wake up in the morning. Have you finished your treat, Henry? That's a yes. So heading back out into the hallway. This is what it looks like from this angle, and turn left and you've got another bedroom down the end. So when we came in, this was actually a twin, but we've just pushed the second bed next to the other bed, so we're going to use it as a double. Again, we've got towels, and these I assume are the hot tub towels. And then this room is actually quite big, so you've got a mirror area over here, obviously this huge wardrobe area, and again we've got our cheeky little robes. And then if you turn around, you have direct access to the outdoors, and this is all fully enclosed. So we're actually taking this room with the pugs, and that is the warm shower over there, and also direct access to the hot tub. Be a nice way to start the morning. So coming back out into the hallway, I'll show you the first bathroom. This is the shared bathroom. So you've just got a bath with a shower over it. All like very modern, finished to a nice standard. Let me show you the toiletries. So the brand of toiletries on offer is Scottish Fine Soaps, and I must admit I didn't used to love this brand, but recently they've had a bit of a rebrand, and I love the new packaging. Their like new logo, the colour scheme, the branding, it just all works really well. It looks like quite a high-end product now. I've used this soap and it smells good too. This is sea kelp. So we've got the soap or the hand wash. And then over here in the bathroom area, we've got the hair and body wash. So I'll definitely be using some of this later on. Let me show you the master suite. So this is the master suite in what is essentially the loft of the lodge. This is a gorgeous double-heighted room with a king-size bed, I'd say that is. Again, you've got the towels for both the bathroom and the hot tub. And then with this one, you've got these gorgeous views outside of the lodge, which would be gorgeous if it hadn't been raining all day. Ah, lovely. Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous of this TV. I do like a TV when I'm not at home. It's just nice being able to watch your normal TV shows. But then again, this one has a wardrobe area, which isn't actually as big as the one downstairs, but it's still a nice wardrobe area. Again, you've got your robes included, little stool to sit and do your makeup on this little mirror. Hi. And then going into the ensuite bathroom, there is a freestanding shower. Is that what it's called? Freestanding shower? It's a shower, as in not a shower over the bath, just a shower. And then this floor to ceiling mirror, which is actually appreciated. I will be coming up here to check out my outfits. And this is the view from this bathroom, which again would be gorgeous if it wasn't raining. So yeah, that is the master bedroom. Let's head back downstairs. So now that I've shown you everything in our lodge, I thought I would take you on a walk to reception, as this is where you'll check in. Check-in is between 4 PM and 7 PM low season, or between 4 and 8 high season. If you're arriving after this though, just let them know and they'll leave your key in the lodge. As you can see, there's a lot of information to take in at reception, so it's a useful place to visit. So I got the boys' dog food out of the freezer before I left home this morning, and it is perfectly defrosted and ready to go. Henry's obviously buzzing. Hap, hap. No, I'm doing it now, which is why he's barking. Top it off with some chicken bone broth. Hap, hap, hap. Oh, that actually smells nice. Oh, that actually smells really good. Tablet for Mr. Henry, the stress monkey. And top it up with a little bit of kibble. Right, boys, it's dinner time. Boys, sit. Wait. Wait. Go on then. Come on. Come on, Saints Bob's man. Does anyone else call it Saints Bob's?
He's coming in now.
Yes. So I messed up and I booked the wrong time slot for our Sainsbury's shop, so by this point we were all getting hangry and buzzing for the food to arrive.
Thank you then.
Shopping. Right, so these take 11 minutes. This went down a treat. Evenings at Burnbake are for log burners, toasting marshmallows and for playing games with your loved ones. We actually got very engrossed in a game of Uno Flip, which is brilliant if you haven't played it. I did win one of the games, but in doing so completely forgot about toasting the marshmallows. After games, it was time to get our swimwear on and get in the hot tub. You get 2 robes included with the dog-friendly lodges, and it's an additional £5 per robe after that. I would definitely recommend upgrading because I think it really completes the hot tub experience. Sorry, but how cute is this welcome back banner? That's one thing about Burnbake, we always feel super at home. Hot tub time! Good morning vlog. So we have taken the 10-minute drive into the nearest village, which is Wareham. We're just taking the dogs for a walk along the river so they can have their morning wheeze. And then we're heading into the Goat for a coffee. And wow, I definitely got my coffee fix this morning. I can highly recommend the Goat in Wareham. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Burnbake is super close to Corfe Castle, which is where we're starting our day. The weather's pretty hit and miss today, so we thought that a town was a sensible idea. We can walk around, look at the shops and grab a coffee. Look how pretty it is. Our coffee shop of choice was the Green Goat, and is it just me or is there a theme here? The coffee was decent, but the highlight was the cute little shop that they had in the store. It was filled with local produce from Dorset and beyond. I didn't have one, but their cakes looked great, and I took home a tin of very fancy baked beans, which I'm very excited to try. If you're looking for a pub lunch in Corfe Castle, I would recommend the Greyhound or the Banks Arms. And as you can see, Corfe Castle is very dog friendly. So good doggies are welcome. We spent the next hour browsing the gift shops of Corfe Castle, and I have to admit there were some lovely shops. And I'm talking nice buys, local products, nothing too tacky, just a lovely little town filled with some lovely little shops. Oscar, get down. Oscar obviously approves of the National Trust shop. So we're back at Corfe Castle Station. It's actually raining quite hard, which is the problem with, well, most of the UK, I suppose. So we always knew it was going to rain today, which is why we decided to get the steam railway. Sorry guys, I can't even open my eyes. So yeah, we're just about to jump on the train to go from Corfe Castle to Swanage, and hopefully by the time we have got there, it will have sorted itself out. Hiya Henry, what are you doing up there, handsome boy? Treato? So to ride the railway, it is £13 for a single, £20 for a return, or £27 for a rover ticket. It's more expensive to book on the day, so I'd recommend being organised, and dogs do ride for free. So we did later find out that dogs aren't allowed on the seats, but they are allowed to sit on your laps, particularly if they're frightened of the motion. Henry clearly wasn't frightened, he's just such a lapdog princess. And yes, he had a head massage. Looking cute, look. So we're off the steam train, we've arrived in Swanage, and it's just a short walk into the town. I have found my favourite shop. It's called Salt, and they literally stock all of the nicest brands. And I did treat myself to a Norfolk Natural Living fragrance, which I've wanted for a while. a bit more shopping, and we ended up at the sea. So we've made it to Swanage seafront. It's not the nicest day to be down here, to be fair, it's raining, but water's nice and clear. So there are a lot of people crabbing. That must be quite a popular thing to do around here. Can you see any? So we are currently in Swanage, and I must admit the weather is terrible. I'm really glad that we did the train today. I think that worked really well given the weather situation. We're having a walk around the town right now, and sort of popping into shops as and when. It's pretty much the only way to escape this rain because it's terrible. It's like in my eyes. Yeah, definitely recommend the train. Another option, if you're not into trains, is to do the Burnbake. Hang on, I can't see. So we have just been in that fish and chip shop over there called Harlem's. I must admit they were the worst chips that I've had in years. They were fine, like there's nothing that bad about them, but they were just not very tasty and just a bit meh, to be honest. The curry sauce was brilliant though, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that place. Back on the train, and this time we're going all the way back to Norden, which is the first stop on the line. We've arrived back at the lodges, and I'm hungry after those disappointing chips, so dinner must be on the way. So if you're staying in Dorset and you are on a budget, particularly with a family, I would recommend staying in a self-catering lodge or apartment. As a family, you can save so much money by cooking, and it's a nice experience. If you've booked somewhere nice, it's good to hang out in the kitchen as a family, do some cooking and save some money. I'm on holiday, so a glass of wine is definitely in order. Cheers to that. So my role on this family holiday was chef, which is a role that I am happy to accept because I love food and I love cooking. We had a full fridge after the Sainsbury's shop had arrived, and I decided that I was making spaghetti bolognese for dinner. Burnbake had loads of cutlery, pans, utensils, everything I could need to make a good family meal. And it's nice being open plan that you can still chat to people while you do the cooking. You're not secluded in the kitchen. Dinner is ready, and bon appetit. Good morning, guys. So it is 7 a.m. here at Burnbake Forest Lodges. I've just woken up. It's the Sunday, so we're actually going home today. We've got the lodge for one extra day, so we could technically leave tomorrow morning, but everyone's got work, so we've decided instead to just leave late on the Sunday. It's literally just started raining, so I'm not sure how long I'll be out here for, but okay, we're going. Okay, it's pouring, oh my god. Why is England like this? Good morning, boys. Shall we go for a wee-wee? Wee-wees, go on then. So I absolutely love that the terrace is enclosed, but this fussy little monkey will only go to the toilet on grass, and the enclosed bit is all like decking. So yeah, beggars can't be choosers, but I'm just going to take him out to have his little wee in the grass. Good morning. So this is our room in here, and then that's the master there. Stay on the blanket, boys. Stay on the blanket. So as I was up before everyone else, I thought I'd have a read through the comments book with Henry, and it's so nice to see some really lovely comments in there, mostly from families that have brought their children on holiday and they've all just had the most lovely time. Very heartwarming. Looking through the guest information folder, and there is everything you could need to know in here, from practical things like how to use the dishwasher or the microwave to tourist attractions, places to walk your dog. You can hire a private chef, you can go for a trail run. There's literally everything inside this folder, and it makes it really easy to plan a staycation in Dorset. In this moment, I was definitely eyeing up the massages. How nice would that be? It's breakfast time for the boys, and as you can hear, they are both very happy doggos. Bon appetit, boys! So I thought you guys might like to have a wander around the campsite with me. I must admit, because it's the Sunday morning, the vibe isn't as vibey as it has been previously. I think a lot of people are packing up to head off home. But we did do this walk yesterday morning as well, and it was just a lovely feel. You could see people cooking their breakfasts and families playing together, and it was just a really nice atmosphere. It's a nice place to walk in the mornings. So if you're not into actual camping, these are the safari tents at Burnbake, and right next to the safari tents is a lovely woodland trail, which is what we're doing with the dogs now. I just love all of the heather and bushes. It's so pretty around here. And obviously Oscar found himself a stick. We're back at reception, and all of this walking has made us hungry, so we are going to pop in the gift shop for a croissant. While the shop does have everything you could need, I must admit it is very family focused. There's a lot of children heavy items in that shop. Croissants acquired, and the only thing missing is a coffee. We're stopping off at the Snack Shack, where apparently they do coffees, they also do breakfast, pizzas, things like that. These tables look very cool, but I must admit the coffee was really not my cup of tea or coffee. So the rain has finally stopped, and I thought, where better place to talk to you all about Burnbake than in the middle of the forest. The sun is coming through nicely now actually, so I'm really hoping it doesn't start raining, because you already saw that I had to run away earlier, so hopefully this doesn't get cut short. So Burnbake, I just wanted to talk to you guys a bit more about Burnbake, and I wanted to run you through some of my pros and cons. This isn't the comfiest log, so I'm not sure how long I'll be able to sit here for, but we'll see how it goes. So firstly, I just wanted to explain what is actually on offer at Burnbake. So we stayed in one of their forest lodges, but they do also have camping, as in like a normal campsite. So I am definitely not a camper. Like, I'm really not a camper. I hate the idea of camping. So please take anything I say on camping with a real pinch of salt. But I feel like the Burnbake campsite is lovely. I imagine a camping field just to be like a green field with nothing else there. Oscar. Oscar literally threw my camera on the floor. Are you bored? Do you want me to play with you? Yeah, so as I was saying, I imagine a campsite to be just like green, like a green field, but Burnbake has loads of like trees and heather and like bushes and little trails and things, which might be normal. Don't get me wrong, that might be normal for camping, but whenever we stay at Burnbake, we always sort of walk through the campsite in the morning, and it's always just a lovely place to be. So yeah, if I was going to camp, which I wouldn't, I'm not a camper, but I would camp at Burnbake. Then, as well as having like normal pitch, a camping pitch, whatever you call it, they also have some safari tents and bell tents, which I have considered before, but they don't have toilets in. There's like separate portaloos, which probably isn't an issue for camping people. I'm not a camping person. But yeah, the safari tents and the bell tents both look really fun. They've got like terraces, so I can imagine sort of sitting out there making breakfast. The other option at Burnbake is called Rempstone Farmhouse. So it's basically a 4-bedroom farmhouse. It has like a fully enclosed garden. It's very like private. It's just one cottage farmhouse thing on its own. It's got a hot tub, as the lodges do. I don't know how much that works out per night. but I will leave the link down in the description below to Burnbake in general. So if you're looking for like a farmhouse, I would definitely check that out. So now on to the lodges. So we stayed in a 3-bedroom lodge at Burnbake. They also do 2-bedroom lodges, but unfortunately no single bedroom lodges. The target market for Burnbake is probably not me, to be honest. The target market is probably families, especially those with young children, or potentially sort of groups of friends. You could hire out multiple lodges. So yeah, couples or like individuals aren't really the target market, hence why there's no single bedroom lodges. But as I say, we stayed in a 3-bedroom lodge. We brought the family with us. We have stayed at Burnbake multiple times before. It's actually been a bit of a tradition of ours. We've been staying there for maybe 10 years or so. It started off a thing that we did with our group of friends. Once a year we'd go and stay in a couple of lodges. We'd all sort of go over to one for dinner. We'd have like games evenings. We'd go in the hot tub. And then as the years have gone on and, you know, people grow apart and do their own things, we have still been back, but with different groups of friends or with families, both Matt's and mine. So yeah, we've really got everyone involved with the Burnbake adventure. I am not biased. We've always paid for Burnbake. But I do have like links to it, I suppose. So yeah, obviously do your own research, but everything that I say is factual or, you know, based on my own experience, that didn't make any sense because factual and my experience are 2 different things. But anyway, you get what I'm saying, I'm going to be honest. So going through some of my pros and cons. Pro-wise, and I suppose the reason why we keep going back, it is very affordable for what it is. Burnbake, I would put it somewhere between like a centre Parcs or an away resort. It's not centre Parcs. It doesn't have like all the activities and restaurants and whatnot that come with centre Parcs. But it also doesn't come with the price tag that centre Parcs comes with. But then it's not quite an away resort, as in it's not a sort of static home. They offer like woodland lodges in the middle of the forest. So it probably does sit somewhere in between, I would say. So just to give you an idea, for a 3-night break for 3 rooms, as in for 6 people, this time of year, which is September, obviously the prices vary per weekend and whatnot, but just doing a quick search, it comes up at around 750 for 3 nights, which between 6 people works out at literally like 40 quid a night, per person per night, which is a real bargain when you consider the fact that you're getting a hot tub. Have I even done that right? Yeah, that sounds really cheap, doesn't it? But yeah, considering you're getting a hot tub, you're getting a 3-bedroom lodge in the middle of the forest, I do think that's very good value. And yeah, so it's very affordable. And also it's in a great location. So the actual lodges are in the middle of nowhere, in the sense that it's probably a 10-minute drive to get to the nearest sort of town, which is Corfe Castle. 10, maybe 15-minute drive, but that's sort of like the lane to Burnbake. So it is quite secluded. If you wanted to walk to your nearest town, for example, you're probably looking at an hour and a half's walk. So just to bear in mind. But we love the location, we love being secluded. There's also 0 phone signal, which is both a pro and a con. It's good for unwinding, unplugging and all that stuff. And they've got Wi-Fi, so you can do Wi-Fi calling and whatnot. But yeah, you're very secluded, very remote, which is a nice feeling. But at the same time, it's very accessible. So if you wanted to drive to Bournemouth or Poole, for example, you're only looking at sort of a 30, 40-minute drive, which, where's he going? which, yeah, it makes it quite accessible anyway. So that is why we keep coming back, basically. Other pros are the area, like Burnbake itself. Although it's not Centre Parcs and there's not loads to do, there is enough to do. So we've been for hen do's before, and we've done the water park that's like 5 minutes up the road. I say we, I hate water. I watched, everyone else did the water park. We've also done, there was this Go Ape style like climbing rope activity course thing that we did, which again was local. I'll try and find the name to that because I actually have no idea what it was called. They've got, obviously all of the lodges have hot tubs, which is a selling point in itself. And then on site, they've also got a sauna and plunge pool, which I won't lie, isn't for me. I'm not a cold water swimmer and I'm not a sauna fan, but I think that's like £15 an hour to hire. You can also hire it privately if you had a group of you, so that's another option. There's bike hire very close by, if not on site. And like I say, you've got beautiful walks on your doorstep. You're like an hour and a half's walk from Corfe Castle, which is a stunning walk, and I would definitely recommend. So yes, all of that to say, the location is lovely. You've literally got gorgeous forest on your doorstep, dog walks galore. So yeah, we started off taking groups of friends, then family. They then became dog friendly, hence why we've brought the dogs along with us this time. Hello, Mr. Henry. Hello. You good boy. You good boy. Love you. Just to reel off a few of the other pros that I've got listed on my phone. Lodges have underfloor heating throughout, which I always appreciate. The towel rails are also heated, which is great for when you've finished in the hot tub. You can get your bikini, your swimwear dried off quickly. The hot tub itself was very clean. Someone comes around every day to top up the chemicals. I like the fact that you could Chromecast to the TV. Again, the enclosed garden areas I really appreciate, and also having walks on the doorstep makes it perfect for dogs. And then going into the kitchen, I think there was a very generous amount of plates, cups, crockery, etc. Even if we'd eaten the night before, the dishwasher was full, there was still enough items for breakfast. And then lastly, the fact that there was a dishwasher with plenty of tablets really helped. So some of the cons of Burnbake, and like I say, I am not the ideal target market for this place, so it's quite possible that my cons actually won't be cons for the people that are looking to book Burnbake, so please just take everything with a pinch of salt. This is nice. So my biggest con is the lack of coffee machine in the pet-friendly lodges. I did do some research, and the executive lodges do have coffee machines. They also have a few other upgrades like Bang & Olufsen stereo. I think they've got more open plan living areas. They might be a little bit bigger, things like that. So if you're not bringing a dog, I would actually recommend upgrading to an executive suite, which over the course of 3 days worked out at maybe an extra 50 quid or something for the whole stay. It really wasn't that much more. But yeah, I do miss a coffee machine, and I do think in 2025 a coffee machine should really be in every accommodation type, but I do like coffee. I'm a coffee snob, so you know, do with that what you will. There is also a little catering truck thing. Is it a truck? I don't know what it is. Anyway, there's catering on site for the campers, and they do breakfast, they do pizza, chips, coffee, but I tried the coffee and it wasn't my type of coffee. I can't lie. Anyway, I wouldn't come to Burnbake for the coffee. In terms of other cons, you could say the lack of signal, depending on what your priorities are. Other cons, there were no slippers for the hot tub. They might be included with the executives, I'm not sure, but some slippers would have gone down nicely. Also, I guess in general things are just a little bit cheaper in terms of cutlery, crockery, things like that. But like I say, it comes in at a different price point. If you look at the farmstead in Suffolk, which was absolutely faultless in my opinion, just creme de la creme, beautiful and very well suited to me and Matt and our little pug family. If you look at the farmstead though, when you compare the per night price, you're looking at closer to £100 per person per night, whereas Burnbake comes up at £40 per person per night. So there's a very clear difference in cutlery, crockery, things like that between the two. But you do get what you pay for. So whether that's a con or not, I don't know, but it's just something that I'm thinking, something that I wanted to mention. There is no barbecue at Burnbake, but there is a barbecue area. So I would actually recommend just bringing a disposable barbecue because it's a lovely space to cook and enjoy food on the terrace. There's a table that's big enough for 6. So it's lovely just to sit out there in the middle of the forest. A few other cons to mention: the lack of mood lighting in the bedroom. You either had the overhead lights, the tiny reading lights, or the lights above the mirror, but you had to get up to turn those on and off, which isn't ideal when you're chilling in bed. There was no conditioner in the bathroom, and personally I wouldn't wash my hair without conditioner. I've already gone on about the coffee machine enough, but I would have liked to have seen more tea, coffee and sugar. And I would have liked it if the breakfast pack was a bit fuller, so that for a family of 6 there was plenty of food to have at least one breakfast together. And then my last con is the 4 p.m. check-in and the 10 a.m. check-out. In an ideal world, I'd like to see a 3 p.m. check-in and an 11 a.m. check-out. Right. The dog is just going crazy. This is what he's barking at. Barking? Would you even call that barking? Don't you leave? We were having nice cuddles. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all of my pros and cons. I hope I've gone through enough. Oh my god, something on my face. Is it gone? Is that actually gone? Guys, this is why I do not do camping. Imagine me sleeping out here. I'd be a nightmare. I don't know what that is, but it looked like a wasp. I'm not here for wasps. Anyway, I hope I have gone through everything in terms of the different accommodation options at Burnbake. It's literally on my phone. Oh no. It's so funny because I love walking, I love being out with nature, but oh my god, I'm a nervous wreck now. Oh, right, I'm leaving. Quick, let's go. So yeah, I hope I've shown you guys all of the different accommodation options at Burnbake, and I hope I've done it justice in terms of going through all of the pros and cons. Like I say, I am not the target market for this place at all, but we do love it, we do keep coming back. So I think for families visiting Dorset, I'm all lost now. In terms of families visiting Dorset, I think Burnbake is the perfect base, especially if you have a dog and you want to bring them with you. They charge £60 per dog per stay, which is on the more pricey side if you're staying for 3 nights. If you're staying for a week, that's quite good value. In comparison to Centre Parcs though, I think they charge £89 for one or £109 for 2 dogs. So yeah, it's just good information to know, isn't it? Because it does add to the cost of your holiday. But if you've got no one to look after your dog, then it's a great alternative. It's nice to know that you can bring them to Burnbake, and Dorset on the whole is very dog friendly, as you probably saw. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed coming along with us on our staycation to Burnbake in Dorset. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments what is your favourite thing about Dorset, if you've ever been to Dorset. If you haven't, let me know and I can give you some tips for your next itinerary. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, I'll catch you soon. Bye.
Don't be afraid, won't let you fall, girl.